I'm just saying.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you all out to a musical extravaganza called the Night and Day Project. Please save your applause.
I do it because I love living. You don't hear me though.
In what ways has he helped you evolve? And then you.
I mean, DeVal and I, it's just that I feel like DeVal has been able to really just pull the best out of me. He has a way of motivating me to no end, to the point where sometimes he's relentless and I want to be like, shut up, I don't want to hear it. He's very, very, very transparent sometimes, to the point where it's brutally honest. And had I not been the person to say, you know what, this is my best friend who has my best interest at heart, sometimes I feel above his, next to our children. If I wasn't able to accept that, then I would probably think that, you know, he's just picking on me. You know, he's just being a man.
Can I cut you off for a second?
Yes.
One thing that I've learned and I've gained from her, I've learned how to be a little bit sensitive, but she has this ridiculous amount of strength and mental fortitude, and I seen it in her when we first met, and that's the only reason why I felt like I could push her, because I felt like she could handle it. Being an athlete, you're very rigid. You know, there's something they say, the eye in the sky don't lie. So you go to practice, they record practice, you go after practice, you watch film of practice, and all they do is tell you how shitty you are. And that becomes who you are as an athlete and as a man. So a lot of that I took to my relationship, not understanding how that was affecting us. So we would go through things, for example, right after Jackson, she wanted to get back into TV. And she'd be like, I want to get back into TV. And I'm like, well, you need to lose 20 pounds. And a lot of people would be like, damn, how you say that to your wife? And my thinking about it was, my wife has goals she wants to accomplish. I don't want to waste time trying to beat around the bush. I want to see her be great. I want to see her shine. I want to see her be everything she can be and more. So it's my responsibility to tell her directly and in real time. And over time, she's developed that strength to take that. Because the first times I tried to do that with her, she was like,
Yes.
who the fuck are you talking to? And this is what's funny.
We didn't have no kids. I'm not your child. Like, who are you talking to?
She's so pristine and nice, and people see her, oh my God, Khadeen is so sweet. But when she feels like she being talked at, oh my God, she turned into Patra. And I'm like, yo! So we had these battles where I'll be like, I'm just trying to help you. I'm trying to motivate you.
Right. And I'm like, have a little tact, for God's sakes.
I didn't know what that was.
Know? But it said to point out too.
She said tact. I was like, from Flatbush, nigga. I don't know what a fucking tact is.
So wait, have you softened a little with the way you deliver those messages, or no?
No.
No, I have.
No. No, you have. Okay, you have. His delivery, his delivery is a lot better now, but I know ultimately what you're trying to say. So sometimes I'm just like, just give it to me straight. Like, just give it to me straight. What is it?
And you take it like but you a savage though. Like,
right. I mean, I think that's in part too why we're able to get so much done. The biggest question I get asked is, how do you guys do it all? Khadeen, how do you do it? How do you juggle being a mom and having your own business and, you know, getting back into front of the television and, you know, doing this and doing that? And I think it's because we're so direct with each other. Time is so vital. It's so important, and it does not make sense to just waste time. We communicate with each other, I feel like, effectively.
And you're very direct as well.
Yes, I am. And I've learned to be more direct, because at first I used to be kind of like, oh, well, you know.
Listen, my first time on television, I was color commentating for MSG. And she went to, you know, she has a master's degree in communication, voice and diction classes, and she always is on me about my speech. So I'm on MSG, and I thought I did a good-ass job. I'm like, yo, what you think, son? How I sound? She was like shit. And I was like,
rewinds, and I'm like, you see this?
She got the feel. She said that you're not enunciating, you're not saying the end of the words, you're speaking too fast. Where did you go to school? You didn't go to school where I go to school, because we didn't do it like that. So I was like, damn.
Right.
I'm back in football practice now. But all of her corrections, that she was right. Because the producer, when I went back in there, said, you know, what did you think about yourself when you saw it? And I said, let me remember everything Kay said. I didn't enunciate, I was speaking too fast. He was just like, wow, you did that self-evaluation. I was like, yeah, you know, sometimes you gotta go back.
I made you
did. But I mean, that's how we bounce back and forth. I'm direct, she's direct. You take the good with the bad, and you know that she got my back, I got hers.
And I tend to be a procrastinator sometimes, or a lot of times, but
yeah.
you know, where I have that weakness, he's my strength, and I think that's the best thing about each other. We really do complement each other well when it comes to things like that, and we're able to really maximize on our time and our life, because life is too short.
I'm gonna clap for that. Like,
Thanks. Thanks, man.
amazing.
Thanks.
Amazing. We don't do that. No.
What are you talking about?
We don't even go over auditions in front of each other. Like, no, but I'm saying, like, they found what works for them. Bird, don't trip. Like, they found what works for them.
Learn how to speak patois.
Girl, I give you a lesson.
You see? You see?
In what ways has Sterling helped you grow?
So many ways. You know, I probably should tell you this more, but I don't. But I have a great deal of admiration for you. Like, just even as at a distance, Sterling is one of the people in my life that I look at and I'm like, wow, I wish I could be more like that in a myriad of different ways. On the low, it's funny you mentioned auditions. Like, I have become better about my preparation for auditions because of him. Like, Sterling will block out everything. You know, I'm much more of like, I can multitask. And I don't necessarily know if that's always a good thing. And I've learned, just because I can multitask doesn't mean that I should. And so I've learned from him and his singular focus on different things, how to be very present in the moment and not study for the audition, cook the dinner, do the, you know, all the different things. And so I learned that that's one of the things that I've learned from him. Honestly, money, you know, I think I have learned to appreciate legality.
My man.
Like, on a very real, on a very deep level. Like, I can hear him in my mind.
I do too.
Right?
I go to swipe the card.
Is when I go to swipe my card, I'm like, okay, what WWSD, what would Sterling, you know, like, and I have found myself, even with, like, you know, just the silliest of things and things that are very important too, but also just how he's able to stretch a dollar oh so far. But it's actually, as we have stayed, you know, been married longer and longer, I find it actually a really admirable and actually beautiful quality, because I know that he does it because it's not like, yes, sometimes I do feel like he's just being cheap to be cheap, but I do think underneath that, what I have admired is that because he does value his things, he values where he puts his money, he values where he puts his time, and the money, it's not just about the money, it's about what he values, and he puts so much value on those things, and he doesn't spread it thin. You know, and nothing with him is frivolous in that way. How he gives his love, how he gives his time, how he gives his money is not just, you know, I thought that was cute, oh my God. Like, he doesn't, there's no frippery with him. And I find that extraordinarily admirable. And I think he's really made me a better person in that way.
What about you, wife? I mean, the women are speaking.
Yes, the women are speaking. It's easy, and I've told you this. I would say in business and thinking about business and being strategic and having an entrepreneurial mind, you know, like, that is all you. And so I definitely feel like I'm just learning it from you. And it's almost hard to answer because I definitely am not like there. I don't feel like I've mastered it or like, you know, you taught me everything, you know, I'm good. No. But I feel like that is probably one of the biggest ways that you certainly are helping me grow, because we own a business together. And there's just a lot of things that I don't think about. Like, I mean, I'm thinking like 3 days ahead at all times, and he's thinking like 2022. So I appreciate that.
So I'm talking about time.
Before?
So one last thing, and I have no idea where this is coming from. Like maybe it's because the show's on, maybe it's because we're having, I don't know what, but it's just, I've genuinely been falling more and more and more in love with you. It's so true.
I'm gonna make it even cornier and say, I definitely feel the same way.
It's nice, it's sort of, there's a saying that the sweet is not as sweet without the sour. And so we've definitely had some tough times, and we've definitely had times where we've argued a lot and we weren't on the same page. And so having gone through those and being on another side, not necessarily the other side, but another side of those, I just love her, and I want to be around her all the time, and I want to hold her hand, and I want to have my hand on her shoulder, and I want us to just, grow old together.
All right.